Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Filipino Explaining. I hope you're fine, and I'm so much grateful for following me, and I'm glad for feeding you with what I have. So let's look at something small in complex analysis. You can be given a problem or an expression involving complex numbers, and you are asked to express that to that expression form in x plus iy. What I'm saying, you can be given this. Is what I'm saying. You can be given an expression involving complex numbers, and then you are asked to put it in the form x plus iy, with x and y belonging to real space R. Real space R. So let's look at it in details. Express the following in the form x plus iy with x, y that belongs to real space R, and have here I over 1 minus I plus 1 minus I over I. We have been asked to express this in the form x plus iy, where x is the is for the real part and iy for imaginary part. So solution. So let's start by getting the summation I over 1 I minus I plus 1 minus I over I. The LCM of 1 minus I and I is 1 minus I, so that we have this goes here, this I times, so it's I times I times I plus the I goes here, 1 minus I, so it's 1 minus I times 1 minus I. Are we there? Hope you understand. So you have I times I is I squared plus 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times negative I is negative I, then negative I times 1 is negative I times negative I is positive I squared, over 1 minus I. Are we there? Remember, recall that I squared is equals to negative 1. So here will be I squared will be negative 1 plus 1. This is minus 2I. Then this will be negative plus minus 1 over this time this is I, this time this is minus I squared. Now you have negative 1 plus 1 minus 1 minus 2I over I plus 1. Remember, I squared is equals to negative 1. So negative 1 minus 1 is positive 1. Then now you have negative 1 plus 1 minus 1 is minus 1 minus 2I over I plus 1. Are we there? So for that, we multiply the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate of the denominator. You have minus 1 minus 2i over I plus I. So we multiply by I minus 1, I minus 1. Right there. This gives us negative 1 times I is negative I, negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1, negative 2i times I is negative 2i squared, then negative 2 times negative 1, negative 2i times negative 1 is positive 2i over I times I is I squared, I times negative 1 is negative I, 1 times I is positive I, then 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. And now this gives us negative I plus 1. This 2i squared. I squared will be negative 1. So negative 1 times this will give us negative 1. So negative 1 times negative 2 is positive 2. Then plus 2i over I squared. Remember, negative I plus I, this goes to 0. So negative I, so it becomes I squared minus 1. I squared minus 1. And we have I squared minus 1. We have now this one, 1 plus 2 plus 2i minus I over I've just written this. I have just collected like terms. Remember, this I squared will also be negative 1. So negative 1 minus 1. Are we there? So it becomes 3 plus I over negative 2. And remember, you have been asked to express this in the form x plus I y. The real parts, to separate the real parts and the imaginary parts. So the real parts are those parts that do not contain or not consist, don't have that I, but the imaginary parts are those parts of the expression that have I, but the real parts don't have I. So this is our final answer, but now we have to separate the real parts and the imaginary parts. So negative 2 is the LCM of 3, is the LCM in this expression, this answer, since it's the numerator and it's the numerator of all. So we have 3 over negative 2 plus I over negative 2. So we can write it that way as 3 over 2, negative 3 over 2 minus, it's minus, you can write it this way, negative 3 over 2 minus I over 2. So these are the real parts, and then this is the imaginary parts, and that's the imaginary parts. So at that point, I'm through with that. Hope you understand. Thank you for watching. Till next time, bye bye. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please make sure you do so, and don't forget to hit a bell notification so that the moment I upload a new video, will be notified over the same. Thank you so much. Till next time, bye bye.